everyone, welcome back to my channel, Psychic Goddess Erica, back with another pick-a card reading. Today's pick-a card reading is how is your life going to change in the next 6 months. So remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, release what doesn't. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the information on where you can go to do that is down below in the description box, where you can find my website. Also, after you make your card selection, you can go right down to the description box and click on the timestamp for the card that you chose. Today, I'm working with the Archer's Discernment Oracle deck to start. And the information on this is one of the ones I created, which is also one that you can get on my website, and that information also in the description box below. So before we choose a card, I'm going to clear the energy. So sound warning, if you have on headphones or something, you may want to turn it down. I'm going to count down from 3, then I'm going to clear the energy with the bell. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, over here is card 1, in the middle is card 2, and over here is card 3. And you can pause this if you need to make your selection. Hey, card 1, let's go ahead and see how your life is going to change in the next 6 months. Archer's Discernment Oracle deck. The first message is happy. So, between now and 6 months, you're either going to begin to feel happier or make progress towards claiming your happiness back. Things that make you happy or bring happiness to your life are going to be coming into the picture. Or some of you may still be working on, getting back to a happy place or taking steps towards happiness, even if it's a crawl before you walk kind of thing to get to happiness, or things that begin to make you happy or bring you joy again. Let's get another message. Card 1. How is your life going to change in the next 6 months? Truth be told. On chill, what's on the bottom? Not worth it. Oh, around or in winter was under that after it fell out. So I feel as well between now and 6 months, you're going to get to a place of understanding what's not worth it for you anymore. What's not worth your time, what's not worth your energy, what's not worth letting it live in your mind rent free. You're going to begin to learn what's just not worth it anymore, to release it, because you're not going to want certain things to block your happiness anymore. You're not going to allow for that anymore. Or at least you're going to be making baby steps, like I said, to get there. Because for some of you, it's going to be a crawl before you walk kind of a thing, a walk before you run kind of a thing. You're going to know when it's time to chill out, rest, and relax. You're going to know when it's time to put someone's energy or a situation on ice, so that the energy can't continue to get to you or influence you or impact you. And I actually have a video up on my channel about how to put somebody's energy on ice as well, if you're interested in that. The other card that flew out, let me grab it. Oof. All right. Yeah, it was not worth it. So you're going to begin to have more clarity around things such as that. Let's see what else Spirit has to say with the Minty Oracle card 1. How is your life going to change in the next 6 months? So I'm also hearing them talking about how you're going to be learning how to accept different kinds and forms of love. Not all just romantic love, but maybe love of self, or love of a hobby, or love of family, or love of friends, or love of your career, whatever it is. You're going to be learning to tap into different forms of love. I honor virtue is coming up. So I can't remember the exact definition of virtue right now, but the energy I'm getting from this is just kind of like honoring integrity, honoring purity, honoring realness, honoring truth, honoring things within yourself and that are no longer faking it, like honoring the realness, and honoring people that bring in the realness and aren't faking it either, that kind of a thing. Purifying, like honoring energy that feels more pure, more real, more clear, more genuine. And so it's making progress towards that, and that's also going to contribute to your happiness journey between now and 6 months. over the next 6 months or so. Let's get another message with the Earth Warriors Oracle, card 1. How is your life going to change in the next 6 months? Truth be told. Okay. I apologize in advance if I mispronounce names, but I think it's Hayaka or Hayaka. This is the sources of light. So on one hand, I'm feeling this spirit is saying that you need to claim your sorceress or sorcerer energy and vibration in your magic to make things happen, to work in the light, to stand in the light, to no longer allow yourself to be hidden in the darkness. I'm hearing come out of the closet, however that resonates for you. So whether that's expressing something that you've been hiding in yourself, or venting to someone something that's been bothering you, or speaking your truth, or doing that thing that makes you happy even if others don't understand, or telling the truth about who you are, being your authentic self, and however that comes through for you. For some of you, this is even like coming out of the broom closet, like expressing your magic and not being afraid to show that, hey, I consider myself this, and I use my power, and I don't care if you have the misunderstanding that it's from the devil, even though it's not. I don't care anymore. This is who I am. That kind of a thing coming through. Because we know here on this channel that it's not from the devil. But anyway, I digress. So I really feel like this is you stepping into light, no longer hiding, no longer being in the dark, no longer caring necessarily about other people's perceptions. I see you gaining so much wisdom. I see you like many downloads coming from spirit to you have this knowledge coming through, downloading into you. I see you navigating through tough times or challenges in a way that is just totally different than you had before, because you're smarter now. You're using your discernment even more. You know, I see you, I'm looking at the volcanoes too. So it may feel like this energy of eruption, where it's like all of a sudden you have one of these moments where it may feel like an eruption is the best way I can put it, or you just kind of go off, or you just kind of had enough of is enough kind of a thing. But ultimately it ends up being a good thing, because once you let it all out, once you show up, once you let it all erupt and flow, or whatever you need to do, you're making a step towards your happiness, because you've let something out, you've released something. I feel that energy coming through. And again, standing in the light, in the clarity of things that are making more sense or more progress towards truth coming to you, or answers to what you've been needing to know, or understanding. Some of yours, it's spiritual awakening, trusting yourself more, trusting your gifts and abilities even more, you know, seeing what you can accomplish, seeing what you can overcome. These things are coming through. And on top of all of that, if you want to look up this particular goddess, and because they're showing up now in your reading as helping you, you can do so. Learn about them, learn how they can help you, and what energy they bring. Let's get another message with the African American Tarot, card 1. How is your life going to change in the next 6 months? Truth be told. The Empress. Before I get into the Empress, it's bringing me back to the message of around her in your winter season, which was one of the cards that was underneath one of these earlier. And so I think that what Spirit is saying is, whenever the winter season is from you, from the time that you're seeing this video, whenever you happen to see this video, because this is a timeless message, I think what they're saying is that there can be even further progress, realizations, or changes happening for you in your winter season, but also indicating that maybe you are coming out of a previous symbolic winter season, meaning a time where things felt like they were on ice or on chill, or that things felt cold without progression, or that they were like stagnant or stuck or frozen. You're coming out of that in the next 6 months. Okay, back to the Empress. So in the next 6 months, some of you may be adjusting to all of this wisdom you've gained, or the knowledge you're looking into, or just learning so much. to create this new life for yourself. Like, you're giving birth to a whole new flow. You're giving birth to a whole new part of yourself. You're changing, you're evolving. There's a lot of new emotions coming through. There's a lot of new creative inspiration coming through, a lot of new knowledge, a lot of psychic ability flowing through into you, and you need to trust that. Some of you are embracing parenthood. So whether you are expecting a literal child or a symbolic child, like you parenting a business or starting a business or a project or even a pet or something like that. For some of you, you are healing your connection to, I'm hearing women, the women line in your life, the woman's line in your family is what I'm trying to say. So this could be healing connections to your mother or your grandmother or your great-great-grandmother or your other ancestors or your aunties, whoever it is, sisters, healing something about the feminine line, the line of women in your family or in your life, whether it's blood family or chosen family. I feel that energy of healing coming through within that, whether it's releasing something about them or talking it out with them or having realizations about how it's affected you. Things like that. That is coming through also between now and the next 6 months. And let's get one more message with the Archer's Answers Oracle deck. Again, another one I created. So you can get this if you like from the information in the description box, which is my website. Basically, card 1, how is your life going to change in the next 6 months? Let's see what's going on. Truth be told. Have trust. And in particular, I'm seeing people through my clairvoyance at the pool. I think that's just more of a metaphor or symbolic for like maybe around summertime. So I feel like maybe you're learning to trust or to have more trust in the divine, or to have more trust in yourself, or to have more trust in someone else or something, in particular around the summer season, whenever your summer season is from seeing this video. So this is what I see, card 1. Comment below how it resonated with you, or let me know what's going on with you. I really appreciate that. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee, and the information on where you can go to do that is down below in the description box, and I will talk to you another time. Bye, card 1. Hey, card 2, let's go ahead and see how your life is going to change in the next 6 months, starting off with the Archer's Discernment Oracle deck. Divine timing. So between now and the next 6 months, divine timing is something that is really at play for you. You may be beginning to see how divine timing is working for you. You may see how it ultimately worked in your favor. Even at one point you were disappointed with how the timing was playing with things for you. You may be learning to trust in divine timing more between now and the next 6 months. But let's get another message. Card 2. How is your life going to change in the next 6 months? Truth be told. Sadness. What's on the bottom? Career change. Okay. So I feel like there's a healing from sadness taking place for you within the next 6 months for you, card 2. And it's also, I'm hearing Spirit talking about how it's going to require you embracing your own discernment more and making certain choices for yourself that ultimately are in your highest good, in particular around the area of career, because I see career change. And look, what's under that? Be selective. There's need for you to be even more selective about where you're putting your time, energy, and attention, in particular about how your career is actually affecting your own personal well-being, your energy. So I see that coming through. And with that, also keeping in mind that the company you keep, the people in your life, that does impact and influence your career, and it does impact and influence your energy, in the sense of whether it's your energy levels being up or down. It could even impact your money and finances, the company you keep. So even being more selective about that, especially if you're trying to choose or create a career path that has more abundance or more authenticity in terms of who you are now at this stage. You may have to, some of you may be leaving a career, and that may spark some of the sadness. Some of you may be forced out of a certain career, and that may spark some of the sadness. Some of you may feel like you're disappointing someone with your career choices. And for others of you, you may be like fully excited about this next career path you're taking, and it's because you have been sad in the past that you're making the choice you are for this career change. So take whatever of that resonates with you, release what doesn't, because remember, this is a general reading. But either way, you're understanding more and more that divine timing is at play, and you're being more selective with all of this because your career focus is really shifting over the next 6 months. Some of you are learning to manage your time differently or adjust to a new schedule as well. Some of you are learning when to give all of your energy out or when to pull back and rest and relax, especially when it comes to work and career, because you don't want something like career to be draining you. So let's see what else is going on with the Minty Oracle card 2. How is your life changing in the next 6 months? Truth be told. Okay, both of these wanted to come, so I'm just going to take them both. I'm hearing Spirit talking about how you're getting a better balance of your emotions as well over the next 6 months. So the first message, I care for the earth. So within the next 6 months, you may be actually learning to ground yourself even more, meaning to be more in the present moment, to be more in the tangible world, in the 3D world, and maybe not so much in your head, or maybe not so much worrying about the future or the past, but being right here, right now, and understanding that is all you have, and to trust divine timing in the creation of the rest of the process of what's being birthed out. Some of you may actually be some form of an activist for the earth, whether it's nature, whether it's for social justice, whether it's just for something that you really want to help heal the people of the earth, or how things are being run, or educating people, or helping others, or helping animals, or helping nature, whatever it is. That's coming through. Again, general reading, take what resonates, release what doesn't. For some of you, within the next 6 months, you're hatching something. So whether that's creating or giving birth to a physical child, or a symbolic hatching or birth of something like a new career, or a new idea, or a new project, or a whole new transformed version of yourself that's different than who you were before. Some of you, this could be a new relationship, or a relationship that is starting a whole new level, like new version of the relationship. That could be happening for some of you too. And that could be a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, or a business relationship, maybe even family, who knows. So again, that is coming up for some of you, card 2. The other message is, and it came up reversed, is I act respectfully of others. So it was reversed. So this may still be a little bit of a challenge for you guys over the next 6 months. It's not that you just completely don't respect other people. It's not that. I'm getting more of the energy of like people and how they are just kind of really test your patience to some degree, or like it may be a struggle to show respect because they haven't earned it, or just because they are those kinds of people that is like, really, that's how you act, that's how you are, yet you think I'm going to respect you. That's the kind of a vibe. So I think that could still be a challenge to some degree for some of you between now and the next 6 months. But again, you can get there. You'll begin to see over time, maybe in divine timing as well, that people are a product of their environment, or maybe those people are acting from a place of sadness and projecting onto you and their wounds, and that is why they're creating this turbulent energy to where it's like, oh, it's so hard to just even talk to you, deal with you, be in your energy right now. But maybe it's getting to the point of like you taking some space and kind of respecting them or loving them from a distance, but not necessarily fully interacting how you used to before. Between now and 6 months, or within the next 6 months. So that's what I see for some of you. Again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. Let's get another message with the Earth Warriors, card 2. How is your life going to change in 6 months? Card 2, truth be told. Oh, okay. So one of your angel numbers is also 222. And I say that because even though this is an 11 in numerology, this can also break down. Added up, 1 plus 1 is 2. So you may be seeing a lot of the number 222 or 22 or just the number 2 coming up between now and the next 6 months. Or if you do see it, when you do see it, Spirit is saying, pull some cards for yourself. If you have them, or meditate on it and ask Spirit what they are telling you at that time, what you need to know at that time. Okay, how's your life going to change in 6 months? Card 2, and it came up reversed. Divine might foretold. Wow. Okay, and it was reversed, so I feel like some of you may still have some challenges at times, really trusting your own psychic or intuitive ability or gifts or just discernment, but I feel like it's going to be so powerful and over the next 6 months for you guys, card 2. So even though you may have your doubts sometimes, try to release that doubt, because I feel like Spirit is saying that you're going to be predicting some stuff, and those predictions are going to be on point and accurate. There's also a lot of divine protection around you. We have divine timing and divine might foretold. The divine just has your back over the next 6 months. So try not to worry. I mean, we have our moments. We're in this human being experience, but try not to let it take hold of you. Try to release. Really, really trust to the best of your ability. You may also have a spirit animal around you right now of a deer, but in particular the energy of divine masculine, though, because this is what do they call it? Is it a buck? Also the fact that wear your head up high, wear your crown, because whenever I see antlers, I think both of a crown, but also I think of having natural protection right there and tools right there at your use to get what you need to get done, to protect yourself, to make things happen. So over the next 6 months, I'm hearing this energy of just, you know what, trust yourself, rely on yourself. I mean, that doesn't mean do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to work with whoever partners are in your life. It's okay to be supported, but you have so much magic in you. And I feel that energy is going to be really, really strong for you. And continuing to evolve and change in the next 6 months for you, card 2. Let's get another message now with the African American Tarot. Card 2, how's your life going to change in 6 months? Truth be told, I'm hearing them talking about abundance flowing. Let me see what that was that just flew out on the floor. Ooh. Okay. The 4 of Pentacles is what flew out on the floor. So a light bulb going off, feeling like you have some clarity about, again, what's worth your energy, what's not. You learning to preserve more. Oh, sorry. I just knocked the whole camera. You learning to preserve more in terms of like your time management, in terms of your money. I'm just trying to adjust this real quick. 1 second. Sorry, y'all. You learning to preserve more in terms of your time management, being way more selective about that also. Some of you are inventing or having ideas of invention. So whether that's like giving birth to a project or a business, or maybe you're manifesting or inventing, in a sense, a new version of yourself, reinventing yourself. Or some of you are manifesting a love. Some of you are manifesting self-love or healing or a new opportunity. This is giving the energy of invention, being inventive, innovative energy is really coming through for you in the next 6 months. New ways of doing things, new ways of approaching things, new collaborations for some of you. New feelings of stability is coming through. Like I just heard Spirit saying, feeling more rock solid. And even though there may still be some feelings of like turbulent times, you see the lightning back here and like a storm. It's like it's gonna have its moments, but it's still behind you though. Like you're still moving forward. You're still standing true in your power and like feeling rock solid and more confidence coming, or at least working towards it. Some of you are saving up for a goal or finally having enough money and abundance and prosperity to create savings or investing into something. Some of you are learning to invest your energy better, your time better, your money better. Some of you are investing into your family, your friends, your loved ones, your romantic partners, or like a home. Some of you are making better investments in terms of your body, exercise program, fitness or wellness program, dietary changes, taking better care of yourself, whatever it is. That is coming through also in the next 6 months that I'm seeing. For those of you who chose card 2, let's get one more message with the Archer's Answers Oracle deck for those that chose card 2. Some of you are going to know who to open up to and who not to moving forward in the next 6 months. Who's deserving of it and who's not. How is your life going to change in the next 6 months? Card 2. Truth be told. Oh, and also Archer's Answers Oracle deck. If you are interested in this, the information is down below in the description also. Sometime this year, they're talking about, well, we know that. Well, we kind of know that to a sense because we're talking about between now and the next 6 months. But I also feel like they're just further emphasizing that sometimes the changes or the results you may see in like segments. Like it may begin in the next 6 months, but then there may be another portion of change or evolution at another point sometime this year. But I do want to expand. They're talking about in your spring season too. And again, that could be just another pocket or segment of time. They're talking about some change in your spring season from whenever you happen to see this video. So doesn't mean all of it takes place in the spring, but parts of it could. So like I said, whether or not your spring from when you're seeing this is in 6 months, there's something happening within 6 months that's really changing and evolving you. Then there may be other pockets of time sometime this year, but one of those in particular are in your spring season. Also, symbolically speaking, you are in your spring season in the next 6 months, between now and 6 months, meaning new beginnings, rebirth, rejuvenation, things beginning to bloom again, things beginning to grow again, prosper, that kind of energy of newness and cleaning out the clutter symbolically or literally of what's no longer needed in your life to give birth to new energy, new things. Are some things that the symbolic symbolism of you being in your spring season in the next 6 months now represents also. So this is what I see. Card 2, comment below how it resonated with you or what you're going through or your experience, whatever it is. Even if you want to come back in 6 months and let me know, I always appreciate that. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee. That information is down below in the description box and where you can go to do that, and I will talk to you another time. Bye, card 2. Hey, card 3, let's see how your life is going to change in 6 months, and starting off with the Archer's Discernment Oracle deck. Risking it all is your first message. So your life is going to change in the next 6 months because you're beginning to realize that life does take risks sometimes, or the things that you want the most, sometimes it takes a risk. You know, opening up to love is risky. Learning to love is risky. Dating can feel risky, but it's necessary. It's life. It's part of life. You know, starting a new business can feel risky. Changing jobs or moving or changing homes can feel risky. Things are risky sometimes, but what I'm feeling is you are learning that lesson, first of all, but you're also learning to understand better for you what is worth risking and what is not. And I feel like that discernment is coming up in a stronger way for you in the next 6 months. But let's get another message for you, card 3. For those that chose card 3, how is your life changing in 6 months? How is your life going to change in 6 months? Truth be told, I am hearing them talking about how you're going to be learning how to say no to certain people, or how to understand that certain things are just not worth your energy anymore. As I say that, proceed with caution is what comes up. So in the next 6 months, you're going to be learning how to better proceed with caution when it comes to certain things, certain people, certain things. In particular, some of you, even in terms of what you post or put out there, that is also something coming up too. Just kind of being more selective. And this is not necessarily to be a scary thing at all, but just in terms of like doing more research, looking into things even more before making certain decisions, you know, is what's coming through. Or learning to evaluate situations more before acting impulsively on certain things. And then I also see vacation or staycation is coming up. So, and queen to be. So for some of you, maybe you are going on a vacation or staycation energy, or just taking a break or taking some time off to focus on some more important things for yourself and your well-being in your life. For some of you, this is planning it or needing it. Spirit is telling you, regardless, this is something you may need in the next 6 months. So even if it's a day off or more time than that, taking a vacation or staycation. Some of you may be taking a vacation from work, or you know, something like that, for example, or actually going somewhere, or staying home, or like renting a hotel in your home in your city, or something nearby, driving distance, you know what I mean? Whatever it is for you. And then the Queen to Be card was under that, and I feel like that is more so about like embracing the divine feminine part of your energy in terms of being more of in receptive mode, and being in a more receiving mode of blessings, and not doing so much, because the energy of all of this is very much giving more laid back vibes. So I feel like between now and the next 6 months, you're kind of learning to be more laid back. Like you're doing stuff, but it's like you're still at the same time learning to be more laid back and learning not to sweat the small stuff. I feel that feel that energy is coming through. Let me get a sip of water, 1 second. And then also, maybe some of you are learning to communicate with more caution, because my throat was getting agitated also. So you're learning when to speak up and when not to as well. Like basically learning when to let certain things go with certain people, because it may not be worth risking your energy in that. Or maybe it is. Again, you're learning what is and what isn't over the next 6 months. I'm also getting the energy that some of you, there could be a person with a lot of like very strong divine feminine energy, whether they identify as female or male or two-spirit, like doesn't matter. Someone with very divine feminine energy coming through to be there for you, to help you, to assist you, to be a support system. Or maybe it's somebody you're collaborating with in a partnership, or working together as a team for something, or as a unit or a union, or even a family in some cases. But let's see what else is going on for you, card 3, with the Amenti Oracle. How is your life going to change in 6 months? Truth be told, I give blessings. And then I'm also hearing about you knowing how to trust your own inner guidance system as well over the next 6 months. But I give blessings, it's all about giving and receiving, balance. So it's like some of you are giving birth to a blessing, whether it's like a physical child, or whether it's a project or an idea or something you feel inspired to do, or a new version of yourself or healing of self, things of that nature. For some of you, you're helping someone else out, and that is a blessing, and it will return to you in divine time. Some of you are just, allowing yourself to receive those blessings. Some of you are understanding that you deserve blessings and just, taking it all in and enjoying it. That's what I see. Let's see what else is going on. Card 3 with the Earth Warriors Oracle. Some of you are learning to appreciate the journey to something more so than worrying about the outcome or a result. Because truth be told, there's not really outcomes, right? Energy is always changing. So how is there an outcome? Maybe it's an outcome of this particular segment of life. You know what I mean? But let's see what else. Card 3. We have Mayu, Soma from the Galactic Heart. So this is one of the goddesses that may be with you over the next 6 months. Maybe this is part of that feminine energy I was talking about also for some of you. But others, it could also be someone else in your life too, in collaboration with this goddess. So you may want to look up this goddess's story, what they're about, what energy they bring, or work with them. But the message I'm getting from this too is your heart is opening up and expanding in a whole new different way over the next 6 months. And on top of that, so is your throat and your third eye. So you're also, again, learning to express and communicate differently. You're learning to see answers from within rather than externally, and to seek answers from within rather than externally. You're having your own connection to divine, to spirit, to source, and your ancestors to get guidance you need, or to create and manifest what you need. For some of you, you're just really opening up is the best way I can put it. Like, you're really opening up in new and different ways. You're learning to trust. You're learning to have more faith. You're learning to believe again is what I'm hearing for some of you in the next 6 months. Just things are evolving. And whatever it is that's evolving for you, I just really feel like it's impacting your heart and how you love and how you give love and how you see and view love. And I'm not just speaking of romantic love. Sure, that can apply definitely to some of you. But I feel like it's also about just the frequency of love, love of self, love of what interests you, love of career, love of hobbies, love of living life, love of being able to breathe air and sip coffee. You know what I mean? Whatever it is for you, that's coming up. Maybe for some of you, this is learning like a different kind of love coming in, like love of a child or love for a certain pet or whatever it is coming up. All right, let's get another message. Card 3 with the African American Tarot. How is your life going to change? Oh, there it is. In 6 months. We have the High Priestess. So this is kind of a theme that keeps coming up. Your intuition, your psychic ability, your discernment is so powerful. Trust it over the next 6 months. The divine is going to be sending you information. The divine is going to be sending you messages. Trust it. For some of you, you may be decoding messages also. Whether these are decoding messages from spirit or signs or symbols or dreams or synchronicities like that, Or maybe you're decoding messages in terms of how somebody is behaving, how they're acting, or maybe they sent this text or did this certain thing on social media, and you're decoding at that. Trust your intuition on that for some of you as well. For some of you, you are being divinely guided to look into new research of certain things or on a certain path. Like, this is just an example, but if it applies to you, then great. But like, let's say you are curious about, for example, how, let me think of something random. Like, you're curious about how quicksand or something works. And then you start researching that, and then all of a sudden that leads to something else, and then all of a sudden you have this whole new knowledge about a subject you did not know before, and somehow, some way, it becomes beneficial to you later on. Like, that is just a random example of what I mean, trying to express what I'm feeling, but that kind of a energy of research is coming through too, like being intuitively guided to something. Like, looking into one thing leads to another, and then it leads you over here, and ultimately in this section where you're in a whole new place or have this whole new knowledge gained. That's coming up too. But I want to look at the bottom too. The Emperor. So you're also going to be tapping into a good balance of your divine feminine and divine masculine, because the Emperor is giving more of that divine masculine energy. So you're going to be really more so in your own boss mode, the boss of your own life. Like, no longer letting people tell you what to do necessarily, or I'm hearing you don't owe them anything. So certain people that may have been more of an authority to you or over you, or that you saw them in that light, you don't owe them anything. You're taking your power back. You're being yourself, your authentic self. It's kind of giving me the vibe of that movie. What's that Disney movie I just watched with the red panda? Something red. Please comment below if you know what I'm talking about the girl who turns into a red panda. I can't think of the name right now. But yeah, it's giving me that kind of a vibe of you not living for other people, but living for you, is what I'm trying to say. Some of you are going to be pouring into a new business, or creating a new business, or working for yourself, or maybe doing a project on the side that allows you to have more freedom or more leadership, or more having more ability to control your own schedule or time. For some of you are coming out of a situation to where somebody else was kind of manipulating or controlling you, and now you're like, you know what, I see past all that. I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm taking my power back. Those things are coming through as well. Tapping into courage, tapping into your strength, tapping into even unlocked memories is what I'm feeling. Unlocking certain memories that are going to just really lead you into doing maybe that's what also sparks some further research to you looking into certain things about yourself or others that then lead you to a whole new epiphany. And that is going to help you evolve and ascend in a new way. Let's see. Some of the spirit animals around you at this time or within the next 6 months could also be a lion and an elephant. So you may also want to look up that symbolism as well for you in terms of animal totems or spiritual, spiritual symbolism of those animals as well. But it feels like really big changes and also big messages coming through to you from spirit. So trust all of those things. Trust that also you have the ability to help others and share the wisdom that you have, because you are more of an authority than you even give yourself credit or realize. That's coming up too. So let's get, some of you may also, sorry, I'm just still getting messages. Some of you, I'm seeing a parent team, mother, father, mother energy. So whether you are the parents, whether it's your parents coming and supporting, or maybe you're healing something with them or about them in the next 6 months, or maybe these are your ancestors coming through to help you out. Like something about an impactful parent or family or ancestral team lineage coming through for you between now and the next 6 months. So maybe this is one of these messages that will take time. Comment below, maybe come back 6 months, let me know how that resonated with you. But I see that is coming up as well. Could be even grandparents or great grandparents, whoever. That also coming through. All right, card 3. One more message with the Archer's Answers Oracle. So if you're interested in this deck, you can also get this with the information that's in the description box below, but basically my website. How is your life changing in 6 months? Card 3. Law of attraction. So definitely you're going to begin to see the law of attraction at play even more, or maybe you're learning how to learn the law of attraction for some of you, how to use the law of attraction for some of you between now and the next 6 months. I want to get one more message though. Yeah, the opportunity will come. So there's going to be opportunities coming for you. They do feel positive. The opportunity is going to mean different things for different people, but there's amazing opportunity, solutions, resolve, change coming within the next 6 months, in or between now and the next 6 months. So this is what I see in terms of how your life is changing in the next 6 months. Card 3. Comment below how it resonated with you, or let me know what your experience, what's going on, or maybe come back if you want to. I just appreciate the interactions and feedback. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee. The information on where you're going to do that is down below in the description, and I will talk to you guys another time. Bye, card 3.